Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you how Notion can significantly improve your YouTube productivity. Stick around to find out more. Hello everyone, this is Murli here. This video talks about how Notion app can change your YouTube efficiency. This video is divided into 4 parts. The first part covers how does my YouTube workflow look like. The second part will talk about why Notion. The third part talks about the tour of my Notion setup for YouTube. And the fourth part covers my conclusions. If you're serious about making your content for your channel, then you're also serious of making sure that everything is according to plan. And a plan basically means that you need to make sure that everything required is done for your videos to be accomplished. How do you do that? By having a checklist. So you need to make sure that your checklist is ticked off before everything is considered complete. If you don't use Notion yet, the chances are that you've been using a host of other software. Those could include apps or software like Excel, Word, Todoist, Evernote, or something else. So you're constantly toggling between each one of these to gather the information so that you can put together a great YouTube video. A potential issue that you may be facing is that you have multiple files for each of the projects. So you have more projects and you have more files. So the more projects you have, the more time you will spend in searching for information. I focus on 4 things as part of my YouTube videos. Those are the brand, add-ons like effects and animation, and other YouTube nuances for growing the channel. If you look closer, these 4 pieces have 25 steps. Each step has multiple tasks assigned to it. In the comments below, do say how you're managing your YouTube life cycle. Do you have a great way of managing this? I was looking for an app which could work across all my devices, my iPhone, my tablet, my laptop, or even the web in cases of emergencies. I was also looking for an app that takes a little time to learn, not a lot of time. I was looking for an app that could help me work on fresh YouTube ideas and I could put it down on a list. I was also looking for an app that could create great storyboards and scripts, and the storyboards could be configured based on a predefined template. I also wanted to make sure that my task list for specific YouTube projects was listed out clearly and I could tick them off as I completed the project. I also wanted something where I could have links to all my YouTube resources that are on the web, and I could click on them and then go to the resource, work on the web, and then come back to my app. I also wanted to manage all my YouTube video statuses in one place. At the end of the day, I wanted that app to be affordable to buy or to subscribe to, and I didn't want a hefty monthly payment to go out for that app. That's when I discovered Notion. You may wonder, is Notion better at doing this? The answer is yes. Take a look. Notion allows me to keep everything together. No more searching, no more hopping across multiple applications. I also use Notion for Skillshare and Udemy. I can see it improve my workflow immensely. Notion can do a ton of things, including managing your filming life. And that's why I chose Notion. Simply put, Notion is an all-in-one workspace. Notion is extremely flexible. While it's laid out as pages, it gives you a familiar website look. Each page or part of a page could be a note, could be a text document, could be tables, could be a project management tool, a database that you can link to various other databases, a checklist, a bullet list with different hierarchies, and you could use these in any combinations thereof. Notion also has a ton of templates. That's what makes it so cool. You don't really have to create something from scratch. It has a community that's constantly sharing templates. This makes your life easier. You can create your own template as well and save it so that you can use this for a new video on the channel. If you work in a team, each member of the team can have access to all the information, or you could restrict it so that he has access to only part of that information. You could do that by creating workspaces. When it comes to databases, you can change the view of the databases. Initially, it could look like an Excel database, but then you could change it to something like a board view, a calendar view, or a table view, whichever suits you best. That's what makes this so powerful. Notion can manage your goals, your calendar, your task list, track your habits, look at your 3-month plans, look at your emergency contacts, and many more things that are important to you. And this could be done on a day-to-day basis. Hence, it's your go-to application when the day starts. You could also favorite your project and make sure that you have quick access to it. And once you're done with the project, you can unfavorite it. That way, you don't have to go through many layers to access the information that you're required to access. In fact, that's the reason why Notion allows you to give up some of your existing apps. All of this if you pay $4 a month on an annual subscription, or if you wish to pay monthly, then it's about $5. Before you come to any conclusions, I'm not sponsored by Notion. I've bought the application myself and I needed it to use it for my own requirements. And I'm in love with it. No more remembering and no more guesswork. The learning curve for Notion is very short and you should be up and running in about 30 minutes. You can keep discovering as you go along. Now let's take a tour of my Notion setup for YouTube, shall we? The Notion layout changes depending on whether I use my phone, my iPad, or my Mac. My home page is currently divided into 3 distinct sections: my life, my business, and my filmmaking. For the purposes of this video, shall we focus on my filmmaking? My filmmaking currently has 5 subtopics. Number 1 is my filmmaker projects. Number 2 is my new ideas. Number 3 are my new tools to help me become more effective. Number 4 is my FCPX shortcuts. I use FCPX as my primary video editor. And number 5 is for capturing feedback from viewers so that I can improve the channel. The big one for today's video is the project tracker. Let's take a closer look, shall we? I've done the project tracker for this video so that I can show you the various parts. Since you're watching the video, you can correlate this particular video with the project tracker so that you can understand the various parts that go along with it. I've tagged this project with a productivity tag. If you look at the tables, it's just like Excel. It provides you with immense versatility. Prior to this, I was using Excel as the substitute to track my projects. So if you click into the project Notion, this is how it looks. At the top, I've captured the central theme of the video. As we go down on the left-hand side, it has the storyboard, it has title ideas, it's got keywords, and a script checklist. I don't have any sponsors, but I've kept this as a placeholder. Then I've got all items related to my editing checklist: A-roll, B-roll, captions, uploading and publishing, and post-publishing activities. This is based on what I've picked up so far, and this will go through refinements as my channel goes along the journey. In content, I have the research that I've carried out to choose the topic and the actual script that's used as a reference. If you look at the left-hand side, it contains a section around references. These contain links to sites that I use and I may use in the future for things like titles, to get good music, for sound effects, and to make my thumbnails. On the right, I have all my storyboarding thoughts. I have the B-rolls that I intend to include in this video in the timeline. I use frame.io so that all the information comes back into Notion. I can export it out of frame.io as a CSV file and import it back into Notion. I have to keep a row which is partially filled up to make sure that the format doesn't get destroyed, because Notion will take over based on the CSV file if I don't do so. If you scroll a bit on the B-roll, you'll find whether I've gathered it, it's been converted into video, and whether I've used this in the project. As you can see, it's quite detailed, and this takes the guesswork out of my video production for this channel. It may sound like a lot, But the thing is that having a checklist makes sure that you get through it. And as you consistently work on that checklist, you will get better at this and it'll become faster and faster. I'm constantly refining this on a daily basis as I learn new things. I've given up Evernote, I've given up Excel for project tracking on YouTube. I'm also constantly adding a portion of my life into Notion. This helps me manage a better integrated workspace. So, what do you think? What are your views on Notion? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you want me to cover in other aspects of Notion. Do let me know what other topics you want me to cover in a future video as well. There are a ton of resources on YouTube explaining how to set up Notion. Do take a look. They're extremely useful. Do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. I will post similar interesting videos every week. See you guys next week in another exciting video. Bye for now.